Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Sovereign's Not a Bad Tournament number 4, top 6. And today we have a different match for you guys. We did the last one, which was me versus iPone, but here we have Luca Keeler, who is also Mikilio, if I remember correctly, on my Discord. And he is on Endymion, and down at the bottom we have Baloney, who is on Evil Eyes. So we have seen both of these players previously in the tournament, and here they are in Top Cut, playing for top 6 to maybe get into top 4. And it looks like Luca Keeler is going to be winning the die roll, and I assume he's going to opt to go first here. Yep. And obviously he is on Endymion, mostly like a spell counter deck. So he's going to start off with a copy of Spellbook Magician of Prophecy to search for a copy of Secrets, and then he is going to activate Secrets to search for a copy of Knowledge. Then he can use this knowledge to send the blue boy to the grave and draw 2 cards. And then he's going to activate a copy of Magical Citadel of Endymion. And then he can go ahead and activate this Spell Power Mastery to also give it an extra counter. So it's going to get 2 counters here. Then Abductor is going to be activated to give the Citadel an extra counter. And he can also activate Chrono Quarter, which is going to get him another counter on both of them. And then the copy of Abductor is going to remove 3 from the field or specifically from the Citadel, to get the Jackal King. Then he's going to Pendulum Summon for 2 and use this copy of Toon Table of Contents to get 2 more counters on this Jackal King. He should also get 2 more counters on the Abductor as well as the Endymion. I'm not sure if he is. Oh wait, there's thinking on the book for some reason. Okay, maybe not. Okay, so he could impermanence as Jackal. I guess he's just opting not to. He said thinking on it, but obviously the Jackal King can't negate monster effects, so he could just do it on his turn anyways. So I don't think it's really gonna matter. A copy of Terraforming is going to be used here, and then he is going to go ahead and search for the Pareidolia. Pareidolia is going to be activated here, giving everything more counters as well. I believe that Abductor does not have a max, so it's actually just going to get a lot of counters. He definitely should get more counters on here. This should be at 6, 4, and 4, because it should be each time a spell card is activated, so these should definitely be at higher counts. So he's going to set 2 more cards in the back row. He should have honestly just started with the impermanence on the Jackal King. I'm not sure why he didn't. And then he could have summoned like Surzeal, and then he could have possibly done something to out the board. I'm not too sure. Because obviously, if he searches for the Surzeal, not Surzeal, he searches with the Surzeal for Selene, then he can activate Pareidolia, and it'll give it 500 attack. He can also use Gorgonio, but he could negate it with Endymion, so that's also like an issue there. I'm trying to think if there's like obviously another out. I don't think so. Basilisk can protect, right? Oh no, it sends one from the deck to grave, so maybe not. I don't know. Maybe there's not a direct way to out this Jackal King, but that was my thought at least. So he's going to go ahead and use Basilis's effect, and then he's going to send a copy of Gorgonio to the graveyard. Gorgonio's effect is going to search, and he could get hit here with the Endymion, but he's not going to. And Selene's going to come down, and he's going to use the Endymion to bounce the Abductor to hand and negate it. And then he's going to gain the counters that Abductor had on the field, which should technically be 4 right now, because this should be at 4, this should be at 4, and this should be at 6. But it's kind of hard sometimes to keep these counters, and I believe since Selene was activated, they should also be higher. So this should like be 8, 5, and 5, I think. Or no, so yeah, he is activating Selene. Or no, well now he is. Okay, that makes sense. So obviously this no, but he activated the Gorgon. Oh no, he activated the grave effect. That's right. Okay, so yeah, I think the spell counters are still a little off, because I still think the Jackal King should be at 8 and this should be at 5 due to the Pareidolia, but I don't think it's really gonna matter in the long run. So we're going to see the Abductor activated here, giving some more spell counters to the field, 8 and 5. Then he's going to use Abductor's effect, Endymion's effect, to give Abductor like the counters technically, since you can remove spell counters from Endymion. Magical Citadel to activate a card effect that would use spell counters. So he's going to get a search for any pendulum monster in his deck, which is going to be the Endymion Master of Magic. And he's going to pendulum summon for 2 more cards, and now he has a lot of negates. So he has a lot here. He has 2 monster negates. I believe this is not a once per turn effect. It's just remove 2 from the field, and he has 2 spell negates here. So that's also really nice. This copy of Tune Table of Contents is going to be activated here. And then the Endymion Mighty Master of Magic is going to go ahead and negate it. So with Celine, I think that the Celine actually won't give Basilisk attack since you do activate the card, but the activation gets negated. So I don't think that you actually get the attack gain on Basilisk, if I do recall correctly. I'm not sure 100% on that, but I do think that it won't get the boost. So yeah, just a lot of spell counters here going on. And this copy, he should also be getting counters on Abductor. He's kind of missing a couple here. But Chronograph Sorcerer is obviously going to get him the Time Gazer Magician. He's going to move into battle phase, attack 300 over. And at this point, it should be game attacking for 28. Actually, can this make it so it's not be destroyed by battle? Oh, it can't be destroyed by battle. That's pretty nice. And this doesn't activate because the monster has to attack. If your evil monster is attacked. Oh, it is while it attacked. It is attacked. Okay, so that's kind of nice. So he is also going to inflict the damage to his opponent. So that's pretty nice. That is only once per turn though, so you probably should have waited to use it. But the yeah, okay, so he's going to use the effect of Endymion to negate it and bounce one to hand. And then he's going to attack again. Attack with Jackal. And attack with the second Jackal. So... okay, I think this triggers due to the Pareidolia, but it got negated, so it shouldn't actually. So I think they are fixing the game state. I'm not sure. But Tune Table comes down, or Tune World rather, and then Endymion Mighty Master of Magic can remove 6 from the field, and that's gonna get hit with an impermanence. But that doesn't matter because this is a pendulum effect. All of this right here to pop cards and special him, and then get spell counters is all one effect, and it's all in the pendulum zone. So you can't impermanence it because it is popping on resolution. So. Yeah, it will just pop everything. And then he's just going to pass his turn. Basilisk is going to go to defense. Cerzio is going to use its effect. Jackal is going to go ahead and negate, destroy. He has a Pareidolia, which will pay 1,000 to set this. Or maybe Celine pays 1,000 to set itself. Then banish an evil eye and set it. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And that's just going to get negated with Endymion, and he has nothing else. So he's just going to scoop it up. Moving into game number 2, he's going to opt to go first this time. Let's see what he can do here. So he sided in Kaiju's going first. That's a very interesting choice, I guess. I guess like if your opponent starts to snowball, you can just hit him with a Kaiju. So maybe that's fine, but I don't know. Pareidolia is going to search. I think that was for Cerzio, and Cerzio is going to search for a Celine. He's going to activate Celine. And then he's going to special summon Basilisk due to its own effect, and then use its effect to send a copy of Gorgonio to the grave. Set 2 cards on the back row, the Impermanence and the Retribution. So this is actually pretty cool. Because it's, I don't know, that is pretty cool. If you control an Evil Eye monster, you can negate a spell trap card. So that is kind of nice. So he's going to use Impermanence on, I'm not sure what he used it on. I could check the logs here. Let me see if I can check the logs to see. I assume he did it on the Cerzio. Yeah. Okay. So the Cerzio's doesn't have a pop this turn, but that's fine. Pot of Desires is activating, and then he can go ahead and technically, if he really wanted, he could use Cerzio's effect, even though it is negated, and then the Celine should trigger here since the activation won't be negated, and he should be able to gain the 500 on it. But I'm not exactly 100% on that interaction, but I'm pretty sure that's how that would work. Tune Table of Contents is going to search for a copy of Toon World, and then he's going to activate Cerberus, getting a counter as well, and then he is going to scale the Jackal. I think this should be at 3 counters now, because I'm pretty sure he activated it and then used Tune Table, then use this, and then use this, so that should be 3 counters, but he's missing 1 for some reason. Jackal King is going to get him Cerberus, and then he's going to scale an Endymion in scale, and then give 2 counters to that, and then Retribution is going to be activated here, and technically, since it negates the activation, the Endymion goes to Graveyard. I hope they catch that, but yeah, Endymion should be in Graveyard, since when a Pendulum's activation is negated, it does go to the Graveyard. Then a copy of the Toon Table of Contents is going to search for another Toon Table of Contents, giving some more spell counters to the field. Then Cerberus is going to go ahead and it looks like target a card or monster your opponent controls and banish it. So he's going to banish the Basilisk, and then he is going to gain 400 attack. Then he is going to... Oh, okay. So, sounds good. Okay, so the Surzeal can't be targeted, so obviously the Basilisk gets banished. So he's going to take 700 damage here since this is... Actually, is that 700 damage? This probably should be more. I think he should be taking 400 more. He should be taking 400 more because Cerberus does gain attack. If this card gains attack equal to the banished monster's original attack, so he should be taking 400 extra damage here. I think they just missed it, but set rotation is going to set a copy of Gateway to Chaos to his opponent's field, as well as a Pareidolia to his field. That's kind of a neat way to get around Endymion, or the Magical Citadel of Endymion, rather. Then he's going to use Celine's effect, obviously, since Pareidolia was activated, giving the copy of Surzeal a extra counter. And the Surzeal is free to use its effect as well. He's going to pop the Cerberus and gain 500 more attack. Then use Medusa, which will add a Evil Eye card from the grave to the hand. So he's going to add this Retribution, which is pretty nice to stop the scales. He can go in, attack for 14, as well as attack for 3,100. And yeah, he's going to pass his turn. So then the copy of Chronograph Sorcerer is going to be used here. And he is going to get a special summon for Time Gazer, but he banished it off of Desires, it looks like. So that's going to do it for game 2. So moving into game number 3. I know this is kind of all over the place, and a lot of these cards are very hard to follow. But hopefully I'm doing a good job of explaining it. At least I'm trying. A copy of Abductor is going to be used here, and then he's going to scale this copy of Magister to give it a spell counter as well. This Blue Boy is going to be normal summoned here, searching for a copy of Secrets. And this Secrets is going to search for a Knowledge, giving everything spell counters as well. Knowledge is going to be used, giving everything more spell counters, drawing 2 cards. And he's going to use Terraforming to search for Endymion, the Magical Citadel of Endymion, and then he should probably use that now. I think he definitely should have used this Toon Table before, just in case if he drew into the rest of the Toon Table cards. But yeah, whatever. Just for Combat's going to come down here as well. Spell Power Mastery as well to search for the Endymion Mighty Master of Magic, give everything spell counters as well. Abductor is going to be used here, and he's going to add a Pendulum monster from deck to hand, adding Jackal King. And then he is going to link this off into a copy of Link Karibo. And then he's going to Pendulum Summon for Endymion as well as Jackal King. And it looks like he's going to link those off into a Daybreaker. So this Endymion should go to extra deck. I think he just missed it somehow. Yeah, so he did realize it should be an extra deck. So this special's from extra deck, so that is what's going on here. Toon Table of Contents is going to search for a copy of Toon Table, give everything spell counters again, and passing his turn. I think he is at the right spell counters. I'm not 100%. I wasn't really following that exactly. Magister looks like it's going to be used in the standby phase, so special summon a monster from your deck that you can place a spell counter on. Okay, I guess so. So a second copy of Endymion. Okay, I guess that makes sense. And then standby phase is good. The Pot of Extravagance is going to come down here, banishing, I assume, 6. And that's going to get hit with an Endymion to bounce back the Abductor. And then he's going to Ghost Ogre the Endymion. So, yeah, it's going to die. Then he's going to Godarla over this copy of Jackal King. That's pretty nice. And he can activate Surzeal to go ahead and search for a copy of Evil Eye Repose. That's an interesting choice. Upstart Goblin is going to be activated here, and he's going to negate that with Endymion. I'm not sure if I would have negated that. That's kind of an interesting choice. Celine's going to be used here. Repose is going to be used here as well. And then he's going to use this Surzeal to attack. He's going to take some damage, it looks like. I think they are fixing the game state or something. I'm not sure. So it looks like he takes 700. Repose is going to be used here, and then if your Evil Eye monster attacked an opponent's monster, you can banish it. So he's going to banish this copy of Endymion. So that's pretty cool. He's like slowly breaking apart the board. Surzeal is going to be used here. He's going to take 500 as well, and he's going to pop this Daybreaker as well. So he's got this Godarla to worry about, which can be a problem, but maybe not. We'll see. So it looks like he's going to just go ahead and scale Abductor, scale Magister, and then he's going to use this copy of Toon Table. Oh, and also, yeah, Surzeal destroys the Repose, and obviously Celine has to trigger to give him an extra attack boost. So then Toon Table searches for Toon Table, searches for a Toon World, and then he's going to use Toon World, paying 1,000 to give everything more counters. He's got a lot of counters going on. Magical Abductor is going to be used here to search for a copy of Endymion. I'm not sure if there was really a need to use this Toon World. I'm not sure if he's playing like IP or Unicorn in his extra deck, but he could definitely use this as like discard cost. So I'm not sure if there was a reason why he did that, but anyway, he is going to Pendulum Summon here. Now for 2 monsters, it looks like. And Surzeal is going to be used to attempt to destroy a card, and that is going to be negated with Jackal, and unfortunately it cannot be destroyed by card effects. So it will just get negated, which is fine. And since the effect, I guess technically, or does this negate activations? If this negates activations, it won't do that. So negate the activation. So yeah, so this shouldn't trigger next standby phase because the effect was not activated. It got negated, so it should be fine. And Celine does activate when you lose life points, which I think they are looking up right now. So I think they are wondering. I think they're just throwing coins for fun. We're gonna wait here. We're gonna just keep going ahead for a second. They just keep rolling just for fun. I don't know. Okay, so I think they're fine. Okay, so he normal summons the copy of Magister. And then he's going to link off with the copy of Jackal King. And he's going to... Oh, maybe not. Okay, so he's going to link off into a copy of IP. Okay, so he is playing IP. He probably should not have used this Toon World, so he is a card to discard with. But I don't know. Maybe not. And yeah, so he opts to link off the Godarla, not the Magister. So that's what happened there. And he's going to use Magister's effect, special summon itself, and specials back the Jackal King from the extra deck. And he's just going to pass his turn. So it looks like he has 2 negates here, being a monster negate and a spell trap negate. And he definitely should have probably kept this Toon World in hand so he could link these into a Unicorn. That would have been 3 interruptions. That would have been pretty nice, especially to get rid of Celine. And yeah, so Surzeal does not activate, and yeah, they do get that ruling correct. Okay, so Gorgonio is going to be activated here. This is very interesting. While your life points are lower than your opponent, so it definitely is, the monster gains attack equal to the difference, so it's going to gain 1200 attack. That's pretty cool. Endymion's going to be activated to negate it, and obviously he doesn't get anything off Celine, and he's going to go ahead and link off into a Phoenix to pop this copy of Celine. Gorgonio is going to be used to, or sorry, not Celine's going to be used to banish one and then give the Surzeal, or equip it back to Surzeal. And the boost stays on the monster, so it's still at 3100, so that's pretty nice. He's just going to attack over this copy of Endymion since he's huge. And Endymion is going to search for a copy of Spell Power Mastery. Then the Surzeal is going to be used here, and it's going to get negated with Jackal. And he's going to obviously lose life points. And maybe he doesn't? Or did he just use an effect? I think I might have missed something. I'm not sure what just happened there. Did I miss something? I'm not sure why this Surzeal isn't giving it, or not Surzeal, why Celine isn't giving it attack points. Because he removed the counters from Jackal, negated it, and then he is... Oh, I guess because obviously because the effect got negated, he can't Celine. Okay, that makes sense. No, I'm just overthinking it for some reason. Spell Power Mastery is going to be top decked here. He's going to go ahead and search for a Abductor, and then use the second effect to put another counter on Jackal King, I think that was, or maybe he's not putting a counter on. I don't know. Interesting. Then he's going to skill Abductor, put some counters on, and search for Garuda. And then he's going to, let's see. Is that it? I think he's just kind of stuck with the field he has right now. So it looks like he's going to link off into a 4 for Saryuja. Okay. Drawing 4 cards and then putting 3 back. Let's see what he gets here. Okay, so he's going to use Upstart Goblin, gain some counters, and draw a card. And unfortunately, he draws into a Citadel again, which sucks pretty much. And then he's going to activate Mythical Institution, which you can remove any number of spell counters from your field and add a monster from your deck to your hand or face up extra deck with a level equal to the number removed. So that's actually kind of cool. Just anything you can put a spell counter on pretty much. So he is going to remove 7 counters, it looks like, to go ahead and add this Endymion, get some more spell counters, and okay, so he adds Reflection instead, possibly. It looks like they had, okay, so I guess he's just gonna add Reflection and pass his turn. That's interesting. Now this copy of Cersei's gonna be normal summoned here. He probably should have summoned it under Saryuja, so it would have got an extra boost, but he didn't. He's going to search for a copy of Evil Eye Retribution, set a card, go into battle phase. He's going to attack 300 over this copy, and 1600 direct, which could have been 19. Too bad. He's going to pass his turn. His opponent draws, and he starts off with a Reflection of Endymion. And then he's going to hit that with a copy of Evil Eye Retribution. I'm not sure why he scaled this. Since his scales are kind of awkward. 2 and 3 means you can't pendulum summon, so I don't know. And it does go to the graveyard. It should be going to the graveyard, at least since the activation gets negated. With, obviously, if pendulums get negated, they go to the grave. But Abductor is going to get rid of 3 spell counters to add Magical Abductor from deck to hand. He's going to normal summon Abductor, and then he's going to activate a new copy of Endymion. And he's going to get some more counters on this Abductor. And I actually don't know this monster effect on it. It looks like it gets spell counters, obviously, gains 100 attack for each spell counter, and then you can remove 3 spell counters from this card and add a spellcaster monster from your deck to hand. Level 1 spellcaster. Okay, that's interesting. He's playing Jester Comfit, right? So I think that's kind of a cool target. Mythical Institution's going to search for a copy. Oh, Magician's Souls. That's really cool. I think he searched that off of Abductor, maybe? Is that what he did? I actually don't know how he's getting this because this, you can't put a spellcast counter on this, so I'm not sure how he's searching this. Because he definitely can't search it off of Institution since you can't put a spell counter on this card. Unless I'm missing something, but I think that's how he got it, and I don't think you can, but I don't know. Interesting. Souls is going to be activated here. He's going to use the Cersei to just pop it, and then he's going to go into battle phase and attack over for 100. Actually 300 since this is at 19. Could have crashed, obviously, if the Cersei was summoned to Saryuja's zone. What a misplay. No, I'm just kidding. He's going to pass his turn at that. So Humongous is going to be top decked here. He's going to use Cersei to pop the copy of Selene, paying 1,000 for Selene to be reset to the field. Going into battle phase, he's going to attack over, and that's going to be 2,200 damage, and he's going to pass his turn. So he draws Spellbook of Secrets for turn, and yeah, I don't think he has any targets for this, so it looks like he's going to scoop it up there. So, wow, what a crazy game. I definitely think he could have done better. He could have had an out to this card, but it looks like he didn't. It's pretty hard to out a Cersei with Selene sometimes for certain decks, but that's going to do it for today's video, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and congrats to Poloni for making it to top 4, and we will see him in one of the next matches.